So I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but in a recent interview that LeBron had done, he, I guess, quickly responded to a question when asked about the relationship between him and Drake. Really quickly. It was just like bang, boom, right? And when it comes to that clip, Academics reacted to it and he actually had a warning for Drake. He had a warning for Drake. This is yet another step in the series of things that Academics is, if you ask me, he's doing not so subtly to get back at Drake for not giving him the attention he's been working so hard for. And the funny thing about it, it's actually good advice, and he uses the Young Thug and Gunna situation as an example. So let's get right into it.
Great Pop Smoke, yeah, but you lost me, champ. You lost
Absolutely. me. Someone you have been friends with seemingly forever, Drake. Are y'all cool? What's the status there? Is this someone you always have love for?
Always wish him the best. Obviously, different places right now. Currently, he's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. But as always, love for sure.
Stop the cap.
Savannah, your wife.
Hey yo. Hey man, shout out LeBron for the man answer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to throw no shots. I do find it, and body language is everything. You know, if you watched, I watched a different portion of this interview where they were talking about other things. He didn't really talk like this when he was answering other questions. So it's just like, he made sure I say the right thing. Look at his eyes though when he said it too.
Obviously, always wish him the
Are y'all cool? What's the status there? Is this someone you always have love for?
Always wish him the best. Obviously.
Yeah, no. You already would be like, this bitch ass nigga keep going on this world tour trying to diss me. No. But it's a good answer though. It's a good answer.
Different places right now. Currently, he's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. But as always, love for sure.
Savannah, your wife.
He's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. Huh? What is Drake doing? I mean, he still got music out there. He got a collaboration with the WWE. I listened to Spotify. I listened to Pandora, and I was listening to one of the stations I created. They trying to promote a Drake playlist. There's a whole Drake playlist that they put together, and I forget the damn name of it. But so I mean, music wise, he's out there doing stuff. But I do find that statement interesting. He's doing this thing. I'm doing mine. Like, yeah, this nigga out here suing, crying like a little bitch, running around on stage, talking all this stuff. And I'm just out here playing ball, doing my thing, right? Conducting myself accordingly.
You guys have been locked in seemingly forever at this point. What would
Doing mine, but as always, love for sure.
Savannah, your wife, you guys have been locked in seemingly forever at this point. What would you say?
I'm gonna be honest. That was the only time he addressed Drake, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna give Drake some advice. Yo, Drake, you got to play this LeBron thing very carefully because LeBron is about to do to you what Gunna is doing to Thug, where he's not coming across as bitter, mad, upset, needs to prove anything, or doesn't seem like whatever, while your songs are like, man, these fuck niggas betrayed me, man. Yo, I'm all about loyalty. I'm all about this. Fuck these niggas. And it's like Thug, it's like Duck who protests too much. Thug right now, he came out like, yo, yeah, I came out, I'm the realest nigga. Fuck these rats. And we're not looking at him like, look, you look pretty fucking stupid. Sometimes the person who acts most unbothered, I'm pretty sure Gunna's been fucked up over this shit. He's just said nothing. He's played it so cool and calm. And LeBron with this answer kind of makes it seem that no matter what Drake says, Drake is going to look like he's the fucking hater.
Not even so much the hater, just emotional ass kid for real. But I do find that whole not paradox, but I do find that whole contrast interesting. Where you have one side, and we're just gonna say taking the Kendrick approach. All right, this ain't something Kendrick made up or nothing like that, but because of the battle and because everything that's been brought to the forefront, we're gonna say the Kendrick approach, and that approach is only respond when necessary, and after that, silence, right? Don't only respond to the person that you need to respond to with the response that you need to respond with. After that, it's nothing. If you don't have anything to say that you think could be useful, don't say nothing. Kendrick did that with the battle. He took his time responding because he wanted to be prepared. And after it was over, ain't nothing to say to y'all except in my music, right? As far as that goes. Same thing with Gunna. All right, whatever, man. Y'all gonna call me a snitch. Y'all gonna call me this. I ain't gonna argue with y'all. I'm gonna just get out here, do my thing. Here, the same thing with LeBron. First time we hear something and what he says was a nice, wholesome statement. Still got love for him. He's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. We just making some different choices in life. Boom, move on. Who looks crazier at this point? And it's funny because in Drake's case, it's with two people. Well, more than two people, really, right? It's Kendrick, it's LeBron, it's D Rose. And look, no one's saying he can't feel the way he feel, but he already told us how he felt. Why we got to keep hearing about it? I think that's the issue when you continue to push it. But there's a power in silence that I think we've learned. For those of you who haven't known that already, but you can see it in real time. There is a power in silence, and when you know that your enemy, or not even your enemy, but your critic or anybody like that who may be opposing you in whatever way, right? There's a power that you have over them, and it makes them look crazier. And that's how you know people want that response. Those people that antagonize, those people that come, they want that response. And the more that they don't get it, the crazier it drives them. You know what I mean? And look, you could be sitting back in the room cussing up a storm, talking all this shit, but it don't matter. It don't matter. It puts you up here and it puts them down there. Initially, people be like, all right, yeah, I can see why I feel that way. But the more you go along with it, the cornier you're going to start to look, man. The corner you're going to start to look. So I found it interesting that Akademiks points this out, and especially uses the Gunna and Thug situation, because we see, regardless of what you think of Gunna, we see who's coming out looking better and on what side. And now Thug has lost many relationships. They're damaged when all he had to do was shut his fucking mouth, make some music or whatever. Instead, we got what we got.
And I think Drake has been elusive a little bit about not only hip hop media, but media in general, because he wanted LeBron to speak on this before him. And LeBron just kept it so cool where
Exactly.
nothing from LeBron's answer makes it seem like he has anything of bad blood against him.
And you know Drake gonna see this clip if he hasn't already. So now does he shut up about it? Does he let it go? Does he realize how corny he looking? I'm not too sure he will, man.
I'm pretty sure, I've heard things about what their fallout might have been, but for Drake, for us to root Drake on dissing LeBron, Drake would have to explain to us in depth how they went left. And I know right now we're buying the whole, oh yeah, you switched up on the guy and he showed up to your son's first game after the heart attack, and why would you do that? But that's the same way how we were thinking about Thug and Gunna until Thug started coming out and dissing Gunna too much. So that's the point what I'm trying to say. Like, I think so far we've been like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga LeBron looked like a snake. But because LeBron is coming out and not kind of echoing the sentiment, he's like, nah, Drake is, it's a cool guy, he's a good guy. Yeah, we just at different points right now. Nothing bad. Drake got to play this very carefully. You don't want to get King Spidered out here. Trust me. Because if you drop a song and you're just blatantly laying it on LeBron, pause, you're going to look so fucking salty and people are going to start to flip on you. You got to watch the Young Thug King Spider syndrome. Trust me on that.
I mean, I'm not too sure that we already haven't seen that. I mean, he already made a song, that Fighting Irish, wasn't it? Fighting Irish freestyle, I think. And we seen the clips of it on tour, right? When he was on tour, 23, but not LeBron, and on and on and on. So, yeah, and he's already rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And Akademiks didn't help none with that rant he made, and with Drake intimating kind of, or I guess echoing those same sentiments in his one of his recent songs.
say is like the secret to like having wifey, you know, holding it down, you holding her down? You're like the only, it's like a picture perfect, it seems.
But it's not, man, Speedy. I'm gonna be honest. A relationship is never picture perfect. But if you're able to work through, if you're okay with working through the hardships and the adverse moments, then it will make it all worth it, man. Like, we've been together since high school, so shit ain't gonna always be a bed of roses, man. In any relationship, you know, let alone someone that you're living with for over 20 years. So,
Nah, LeBron is so media trained. He even allows room to be like, yeah, my relationship.
I don't think it got nothing to do with being media trained. He just telling you the facts. See, this would come from a nigga who ain't been in a long-term relationship, who hasn't had a real relationship. He's media, just a media trained. No, nigga, it's how it is with a long-term relationship. What the fuck? Like, you going to go through shit. You literally going to go through shit. You going to go through ups and downs. You're going to have times when y'all don't feel as close as y'all once. What you're going to have all of that. All of that. That relationships ain't about everything being peachy king 24/7. If it's like that, something ain't right for sure. The real test of it is, can y'all make it through those times? So I know, because I've been in a long-term relationship. I'm in a long-term relationship. He's never had one. So he think it's a media answer. That's real fucking facts he's speaking. And if you was in a long-term relationship, or if you ever been in one, you know he's telling the fucking truth.
Relationship isn't perfect. Oh, fuck. Without telling you anything, he just lets you know I'm a little bit human. Yo, he says the right thing. He never, like, I still think Drake is giving signs that he's like, man, fuck these guys. Or like he's a little bit upset, right?
You think?
Or maybe not upset like that, but like he's like,
He's
I
hurt.
can't believe this happened.
He's definitely hurt.
LeBron is giving the perfect answers about anything you can say about him, that like you have to go digging for something. And I'm not gonna lie, I think LeBron has been famous longer than Drake, and his life has been scrutinized top to bottom longer than Drake, and no one has really found anything actually tangible that they could hold on to. This guy's good.
yeah, I think communication is number one. You know, being honest is number two. Number three is just like, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable in relationships sometimes, man. You can't always have it your way. You can't always think that, you know, my way or the highway. It's never gonna work that way. You know, the saying happy wife, happy life, that shit real, bro. But also, like, you know, shit, happy husband.
Happy loving.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, big facts, big facts. I was just thinking that before you said that. That's all real relationship shit, man. All real relationship shit. And neither this guy in the corner, Akademiks, or Drake, or anybody that like kind of is outspoken, you ever notice that like a lot of the real outspoken Drake fans, they don't have that, the long-term relationship. And I'm gonna call it healthy, even going through things and all of that. If y'all are working through shit like that, that's healthy, man. It's healthy to have conflict. People think like conflict is unhealthy. That's not always the case. Not always. Sometimes it is. But not all conflict is unhealthy if you're able to deal with it the proper way, right? But I just find it interesting that a lot of these big voices for Drake, including him, you don't see that as far as them having these long-term relationships, these family relationships, and that's their focus. And they can speak from a place like LeBron on the fact that, look, man, yeah, we've been together, but make no mistake about it, it ain't always been peaches and cream, right? There's been some up and downs, and yeah, happy wife, happy life, but happy husband, happy loving too. Like, y'all gotta both be willing to sacrifice and be uncomfortable. That's words spoken from somebody who's been there, man, who's going through it, who's been through it, if not still dealing with some shit. Who knows? But no, a person like Akademiks will never understand that. Drake or a lot of the other ones who speak on his behalf.
That up on the top, my boy.
Right, no, that's why you're not Speedy, man. That was quick.
Yeah.
But for real, like, you know,
produce the album, bro.
There you go. But like, for real, like, it's not.
Nah, LeBron too smooth, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's too smooth. And another thing that I think that Drake got to be careful about, LeBron is starting to bat LeBron he's acting his wage. Okay? Like he's removed the ego part from him, where I'm pretty sure he could be like, man, I'm LeBron at the end of the day. This nigga over here like sneak this at me or he's whatever. Like I'm going to air him out. And you could tell LeBron is thinking so bigger picture. He's thinking like, I'm chasing Jay-Z and billions. I'm not chasing an argument with a guy I used to hang out with, you know, at club.
I think what Akademiks just did there is just show how immature Drake is, right? That despite all the money Drake got and despite how big of a star he is, that he is not this level of man, where no one's saying that what Drake has said or anything like that hasn't bothered LeBron. It may have rubbed him the wrong way, but like I said earlier, he could have been in the room like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck you think he is? No, he could have, but we don't see that. And that's the main point, right? Is that the world doesn't always need to know how you feel about something. The world doesn't always need to know if you feel disrespected about something. Sometimes silence is the best answer, and not just silence, but keeping your head down, continuing to work and press forward. Same thing with Kendrick, right? He's been doing. I just seen Charles Brown's video talking about Kendrick, another #1, and essentially that was his main point, that Kendrick just keep working and plotting ahead, blocking out all the noise, and that's the difference right there. So
sitting in shady restaurants, you know what I mean? Like, no. So I think LeBron is really calculated, and if I'm Drake, I would probably be cautious in how aggressive I get at him. You get what I'm saying? And also, you know what I mean? I think Drake has played it kind of decent so far. Like, we kind of know there's an issue, but he can't overly diss him. Like that DeRozan diss that was clearly a DeRozan diss, he can't do that to LeBron. I think people might look at him if you do that to LeBron like, bro, you're like pressed and corny. Again, just beware of the thug flip. Anyway.
yeah, it's a little bit too late for that. Be oppressed and look at corny shit. We already in that arena, family. So yeah. I don't know, man. The Chipmunk been giving some good advice lately. I don't know. He definitely on a war path, he fighting a silent war against Drake right now. I don't care what nobody say. But yeah, no, I think that was one of the best answers LeBron could give. And it was short and sweet, and they didn't even spend a lot of time there. Went straight to the relationship, straight to Savannah, right? I didn't watch that whole interview, so I don't know if they brought it back up or anything like that. But it's definitely the dichotomy between the two, I guess, mindsets, or it's stark, man. It's really stark. It's almost palpable, man. And how can you not respect it? How can you not respect it? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the hype button, man. Hype up the video, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's check y'all in the next one.